Hey everybody, it is Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. It is January 27th, 2026, and I am opening? Yeah, it's unboxing, wouldn't be, but I guess we could call it this. This Somewhere in Time that is limited edition yellow vinyl includes exclusive 3D Future Past Tour lenticular print. I didn't even know this thing existed. Here's how I found out this thing existed. When I got the Live After Death double album, the 40th anniversary, I think I was watching somebody's video, and they said, "Oh, it's yellow like that Somewhere in Time album." Okay, so quick eBay search, this thing pops up. I think, don't quote me on this, I think this may have just been released in the UK because that's where I got it from, and what I was finding is it was all imports, so could be. Now, one thing real quick, I don't buy like albums for everything. In fact, anything new that I'm buying for an album, sorry guys, my Dexcom, my fun of being diabetic, sensor warm up completed. Okay. Um, if I'm gonna buy something, it's usually for album wise. It's gonna be Sabbath, Ozzy, Maiden, Dio, Kiss, Def Leppard, maybe a Motley, maybe something really cool from Rainbow, but really just buy CDs now. And the reason I do that is because I always rip my CDs to Windows Media Player. But now with something interesting that's happened over, and I researched this, people have been talking about it. Windows Media Player now won't pull up the information. So I wonder what Spotify or whatever streaming service Microsoft now has a stake in, because they don't want you ripping anything to your library anymore. They want you streaming. I'm sure that's what it is. Well, too bad, so sad. Um, I do have another ripping software that I use that does still do it. So I'll go in and manually put the stuff, titles and stuff in, because it'll still rip it, but it's all like blank information. I'll do it myself. But so if you're watching these videos and you're always like, dude, buy some more albums except for these, few bands. I do buy, when I do, it's CDs so I can rip them. The albums that I get are all like now going to be like a box set or a colored vinyl or something like that. And it's really specific. Like Aerosmith just um, released the pre-order of their first album. I'm not a big fan of that first album. It's got some cool stuff. The box set, I think for the CDs it was two something. I think the albums were, which I would never get for Aerosmith at all. Like 600 and something bucks, insane. Once again, insane. But they figure, hey, your demographic is over 50. They got the money, they'll pay for it. Well, so a lot of people are. I bought the two Ozzy box sets. Those were a $3,000 when all was said and done for the two of them, but they had his signature. Um, even that Black Sabbath album that I got with Geezer's signature was like 220, and I got the JSA certification. That was an extra $12. Not a lot, but they're just out insane, absolutely insane. Kiss, if you want the glow in the dark vinyl of Creatures, I think it's $1,000. Get out of here! What the hell's wrong with you? And I will tell you guys, especially for Kiss, because that's why I got I had no intention to get the Kiss box sets. The Black Friday November release, or I got, there was like $100 off on Creatures, and this was all CDs. Creatures, and then like $60 off on Destroyer. So if you can wait, and Kiss seems pretty good with not running out of inventory. Wait for Black Friday deals. And everybody has Black Friday deals. But okay, let's see what this is. I saw pictures. I know it's yellow vinyl, but let's take the hype sticker off because I like to stick that right on the album. Yeah, so I really, is it going to let me? Come on, man. There's only been a few where it's been so on there that, Shadooker. Wait, children. Are we getting Lucky. We maybe get where I think we're getting lucky. Yeah, I'll talk about this while I'm doing this. I love having my music collection with me. I don't stream. I mean, I have the Alexas, so I'll see. Oh god, the stupid thing gonna start up now. This one in here is called something different. Don't want to say because it'll say, "What do you want me to play?" And they change the voice on it. It's annoying. I mean, I guess if I'm lazy, but I like if I'm driving around, and yeah, I'll listen to Sirius XM, but they play the same stuff over and over. I want my album collection, and I don't want to listen to whatever version of Blizzard of Oz Sirius XM is playing. I want to listen to the 1980 version. I want to listen to the 1982 version of Number of the Beast. I want to listen to the 1983 version of Shout at the Devil. How about them apples for you? So, I want my music collection. I put on my phone. Yeah, I got a case that you could throw this thing off the Grand Canyon and it would survive. Let's put the sticker on here. I want what I want. I want my albums. I want my music the way I want it, and that's it. So, yeah, I will always rip music, so I'll always get the CDs. Now, there was a little while. What did I get? I think it was Hardwired. I got on vinyl. Yeah, because I think I have that on vinyl, and it was because it came with a digital download of the album. And I know that some people were doing that, and there we go, for a little bit, and that kind of went the way of the dodo bird, I believe. But, no, I want my albums with me. All right, let's see this. Lenticular print. Doesn't that mean that this is like... What is lenticular? I mean, it's... Okay. I mean, it's definitely... Oh, there's something... there's something... Oh, it's one of these things. And some of those. You ever watch Hamburger, the Motion Picture? I reviewed that one. Some of those. How about some wonton chicken balls? Some of those. Oh, yeah, here it is. This is the lenticular of the Days of Future Past thing. I don't know. Will it work for you? Can you see the difference? It's like 3D. It's cool. It is really pretty cool. It's not a sticker or anything, is it? I wonder. It'd be a cool thing to hang up if it was a sticker. All right, we're going to put this back in the old album sleeve. And let's see. So we got. It was really pretty. I mean, it's sleek and heavier quality than the original, but it is the original sleeve, which is awesome. Let's see. Yeah, this is pretty much that same yellow that Live After Death is. No idea what it sounds like because I just opened it. But interesting. I mean, again, there's stuff, but there's so many rabbit holes too. They really do nickel and dime us. Because, like, there's that Dio splatter that I got, and then there's Rocktober versions of Dio albums, which, of course, because it's Ronnie, and I'm slowly buying those. The first couple are on their way on eBay, and those I'm buying opened already. I'm not paying double the price for. You do get to a point. I think if you're a nut fan like I am, and depending on your budget, you waste money, and then you kind of get to a point where you're like, wait a minute, now I gotta pump the brakes a little bit. They have those albums, and of course sealed are $100, $120, $100, but then you get them, used, and they're significantly cheaper. I'm getting those used. I'm not getting them sealed. So, but yeah, I got a bid on Lock Up the Wolves, and there was only one other bid, and it ends like in 4 hours. So I think hopefully I'm gonna win, but I don't know. Sometimes they come out of the woodwork in the last minute or so. That's how I missed that Paranoid Super Deluxe album, and it was like if I had done like $15 more, I would. Don't get me anyway. And then the other one, what was the other one? Sacred Heart that I got. That one's on its way. So I'll do those. Take a look at those. Maybe I'll wait for all of them, whenever I get, because there's so then there's Dream Evil. And this is just the Rocktober stuff, because then I know there's other, I'm not going down that road. There's Dream Evil. I already have Strange Highways. Um, and I think Killing the Dragon. Yeah. I don't think there's a Holy Diver October. I don't think there's a Last Line October. I don't think there's a Magica. I don't think there's. I'll have to look, but I think that those are the ones that are out there. And I'm assuming they do one every October, so won't be too crazy to get these. All right, guys. Well, there we go. I mean, that's just kind of a fun little thing that arrived, and I figured, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to do a video today. I'm like, why not? So, like I said, from what I know of this, and I could be completely wrong, it looks like it may have just meant a UK or Europe thing. Maybe you're wrong. If you want it, it's on eBay for sure. You'll be able to find it. But cool. Again, it's neat. And that's it. All right. Well, let me know. I will eventually rank somewhere in time. I didn't want to do that with this video because this was just kind of a, hey, let me show you what this thing is. Let me know in the comments, man. Do you do the same thing? Do you rip CDs and whatnot? And because I know a lot of people my age, around my age and above, 50 and above, that's kind of, obviously the physical media, but when you're on the go, a lot of people do that. They have, they still have iPods, their phone, some kind of music player that has their music, their collection, their CDs, the way they want them. And that's how I'll always be. My kids are typical of this generation. It's on Spotify. My album artwork. What's that? My kids aren't too bad. They do get some stuff on physical media, but it's a lost art form. I guess I shouldn't say that because vinyl's made a huge monster comeback. Hopefully it stays. Because we were close to losing all our record stores. Rolling Stones in Norwich was probably real close to being gone, and thank God they're flying high. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and tell me what do you just throw on Sirius? Do you play Spotify, or do you want your music? All right, talk to you later. See ya.